early here. We are going on a trip. A very last minute unexpected trip. Sorry, I'm talking quiet because only 3 kids are up and some probably could hear me. We're going on a trip in 2 days and we are going somewhere really fun that none of us have ever been. We've been wanting to take my sister-in-law, yeah, Josephine, somewhere else besides Nebraska, just like trying to figure out where and also how to save money. And we found something that is so amazing. So anyway, I'm going to take you along today as I prep for it because we also don't want to go out to eat a lot and we just want to have the food for our family, including Judah and Katie. There'll be 15 of us, and so we're trying to just plan ahead. It's just a couple nights, 3 nights. 3 nights? Yeah, 3 nights. And so it's not too much to make some food, and we're not driving too far to bring it with us. So I'm going to show you what I'm making. First of all, I made a sourdough English muffin batch. I use Lisa Bass, Farmhouse on Boone. I use her recipe, and I've been wanting to make it because Josephine wants to have some sourdough recipes. She wants to try some to take home with her, or to take the idea home with her. So I use Lisa's recipe, but I quadruple it. So as you can see, it's a lot. I got out I wish I had a bunch of cast irons. I don't. I only have one, and it takes forever for these. And we have other things to do today besides just prepping food. So I got out my big electric skillet. This one's nice and huge. I got this one on Amazon when I was searching for the hugest I could find at the time. I'll link that. And I'm gonna link one of my other favorite things. I've been using these power banks, and I have several of them. After we lost power one time for a while, and my phone was almost dead, Solo had one of these and we all used it so much that day. And after what I've been seeing going around in the world, power banks are very, very helpful. But I find them to be helpful just when I'm moving around, need to charge my phone and not buy a plug. It serves many purposes. So we have several of them. They come in different colors, and we've been sending one home with Josephine. They're so good, pretty compact, and they last a long time. Oh my goodness, it's so early. Why are you even up? Ugh.
Seth was kicking me in bed.
Oh, Seth was kicking you.
And then somebody was snoring.
There's 5 of them in one room, and a couple of them sleep on a big king-size bed right now. We are all ready to move, and it will be soon, in a couple weeks. In fact, I think the guys doing the deck are finishing that today, or at least they're coming back, so we'll see what they do. It's exciting. And we're doing a surprise on the deck too, so that's real exciting. I'll show you that. I start with flour and water the night before and fed starter, active starter. And then I just let it sit overnight after stirring it together. So it's long fermented. And then this morning I just add honey, baking soda, and salt. So easy. Stir that up together and fry them in clumps on here. It's actually, I never really knew what English muffins were before I started making them. Like, I don't know, I thought they were baked. Maybe some are. We had some concrete. I'm running outside quick because we had concrete poured at the new house yesterday. So the boys had to be locked up in this cage. We use it as a cat house in the winter because it has a heating mechanism that we can plug into our home. Oh, sorry guys. Gable is not used to this. Go, go, go. I know they were upset about that. They had to be tied up all night because the concrete guys asked us to. They just didn't want to take any chances. Hi, Brick. Were they in your spot? The cats usually don't go in there though, unless it's winter, but I think they were very curious about the dogs being in there. These guys are used to their freedom and doing their job at night, and they don't like to be locked up, especially Gable. Jack still gets locked up here and there. Not locked up, he gets tied up with a leash on the deck. And he doesn't mind because he's still little and he'll just wander off here and there. So when we're away, we tie him up. Sometimes we tie him up at night if we don't want to risk going on a wild goose chase at 4 a.m. But mostly he's learned to stay on our property now, so that's good. It's so beautiful out here when the sun is rising. so amazing. Oh, does it feel good to run? Yes. Oh, no, down. Down. Good boy. Oh, yes, I know. We have a young friend staying here while we're gone. One of Judah's friends. He's a friend of our family, but it's Evan. He's coming to stay, and I gotta show him all the ropes tomorrow, Eli and I think. But it's pretty easy. Most animals, just for a few nights, are pretty self-explanatory, except we're having more concrete poured, so the boys will have to be there for about 24 hours unless they're out being played with somebody. So that part really stinks, but I think that's the end of it then. Otherwise, everybody else, you just have to check their food and water once a day, and you don't even have to fill it all the time. So it's we've tried to make it pretty easy to manage. We're not milking cows yet. This thing charged my phone that was almost completely dead. In 15 minutes, it charged it to almost 100%. Oh, it's 87%, and it's only down 15% because it was this power bank was 100 when I started. My first batch were too flat, but I had done a lot of them. So now we added some flour. Joe Swain's here. Well, we got a big one going in there. We've got cast iron and this thing moving. This is gonna take no time at all, see? Micah still managed to cut one open and he's toasting it. Okay. They are good.
Yeah.
Do they taste as good as they look? They're pretty flat, but they still taste good. This huge frying pan, these are actually pretty big. It does 12 pancakes, that's why I bought it. But between this and the cast iron, it just took 2 batches, which is nothing. And we made them really big because one recipe is supposed to make 12 and I quadrupled it, so obviously I made them really huge. Okay, next up I'm making some we're actually gonna take because I think we'll probably eat all those English muffins between today and tomorrow. This is my grain mill. I love this thing. I put in my hard white wheat and it spits it out for me all into a flour form. This flour we either use up right away. I love using all of freshly ground flour when I'm doing yeast bread, and I use about half when I'm doing sourdough, half and half. And so anything I don't use I put right to the freezer. When I feed my sourdough starter with freshly ground flour from the freezer, it bubbles up. It's so active, it's really awesome. So this was an investment that I have not regretted once. It's beautiful on my counter. I use it a lot. This I've never talked about. Our KitchenAid, or yeah, is it called a KitchenAid? Yeah, our stand mixer could never handle the amount of dough I make. And so now I use this Ankrastrom, I can't even say it. Ankrastrom. It is Swedish. But when my KitchenAid broke, and it was, I could tell a KitchenAid will never keep up with the amount of bread I make. My dad told me which one to get because he researches this stuff, and it was hard to pull the trigger. I waited for months. I went months without any mixer at all, and then I decided to get it. What put me over the edge is when I found out that people actually pass these down for generations. They are so sturdy and last so long, and I thought, well, you don't even pass a fridge down for generations. I mean, those go bad quickly. So I don't want a mixer going bad on me again. That is a waste of money. So I got this. It's amazing. This is the dough roller. It also does all the things that KitchenAid does, but you have to swap out the pieces for different ones. So it's maybe not as convenient as a KitchenAid in that way, that you have to swap out for cookies or making whipped cream or different things like that. But I really got it for the bread, and it is incredible. Haven't missed it once. So this bowl turns, and this thing moves, and this thing scrapes. And let me just show you its function. I've never talked about it because I wanted to make sure it's a learning curve a bit, and I wanted to make sure I knew and loved it before I talked about it. And the verdict is in. I know and love it. It comes in all kinds of colors, and I've loved it and never looked back. So I will link it down below. And I can show you more about it in the future. I just have waited to talk about it because I didn't want to talk about it if I didn't really love it. And it's a learning curve learning it. But I use often 16 cups of flour in here. Like quadrupling recipes. I make 4 loaves of bread, of my yeast bread, all at once in this. I no longer even use bread machines. It's much quicker and easier to just use this than pull out the 2 bread machines that it took to make the same 4 loaves of bread. I love it. And it's actually quicker than the bread machines too, the whole process. I love it. These 2 things are supposed to last forever, the grinder and the mixer. And they have done very, very well for me. I've had the grinder for years. I've had the mixer for almost a year and I haven't looked back. So, very good staples if you're looking to invest in something or drop a hint to someone about a Christmas gift that you want. Okay, these guys turn out really well, much better than the others. You can actually cut them easier. Perfect. We had to add a little flour, that's it. Here. This is just a 4-loaf batch, but literally with this mixer, I can make a 16. Or no, this is, what did I make? Oh yeah, I can make 8-loaf batch, which is 16 more-ish cups of flour, which is incredible. I have done big batches of bagel dough, which is stiff and hard to do. The KitchenAid can't do any of that stuff. Okay, while I was getting myself ready and some kids ready, this thing doubled in size, so we're gonna make 4 loaves out of this. And I wanna get them, we're trying to run out the door, but I wanna get them into the second rise phase before we go, and then they can sit while we're gone. Even though we'll be gone several hours, it won't hurt. It'll be fine. I divided it into 4, rolled out one of them. It's about the width of my bread pan. And then I have cheese grated here. I'm taking these on the trip. I could take bread, lunch meat, cheese, mayonnaise, all the fixings. Or I can put this whole loaf together. It's one thing and then we just have it cut up and we just eat it. So it's so much easier to do it this way. I made a batch yesterday because I hadn't done it for a long time and the kids devoured it. They loved it. So that's what we're doing. Wait. Now I'm going to shove it into this pan. There we go. I ran out of salami, so the last one is ham. Slices of ham. It'll work. The other 3 are over here already rolled. All right, we're running late, so these are gonna rise while we're gone, and we're going to homecoming. Luka's senior homecoming game. So they do a senior recognition, and we gotta hurry. Oh. Is it cold? Mm-hmm. Belle's here. That's their life. It is. Yeah, it is. Peace. Did you get cotton candy? Yeah.
Probably the same.
Where's the other one? There.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Grandma.
Athletically, but also spiritually as well. We pray our program to continue to show a Christ-like character in both victory and defeat. Number 34, Luka 1. Football, basketball, weightlifting, and bodybuilding. He joined the Falcons football team last year alignment and wide receiver, overcoming a hamstring injury and pneumonia. Luka is also a talented musician who is traveling and is focused on making money. With a strong faith guiding him, he plans to pursue a career in finance and entrepreneurship after graduation.
It's so funny. They roped Solo into the halftime game. I may have helped persuade him. Looks like it's a ring toss. This is the content you came here for, right here. We dropped Josephine off at my brother-in-law's house. Come on guys, now we're visiting Grandma quick before we get home and bake that bread.
You got a name? What is it? Come on, tell me. What's your name?
That.
Oh, and you got those big brown eyes. Nice. It's good to see you, Eli.
We used to wear these. They're like a collar.
It was made of tiny pearls.
Yeah, we used to wear them. Oh, they had all kinds, but
Oh my
you put
goodness.
them over a sweater, you know, like a crew neck sweater, and it would be like you had a collar on.
Yeah, of jewels.
They're nice. Huh?
They're going through Grandma's jewelry. Have you found things you forgot about?
I look at all that and I say, where did this all come from?
There's nothing you can remember.
I don't remember so many of those things.
Pretty.
Wow, there's a lot of watches there.
Mom loved watches.
Look at the rings. Those are cool. Oh, that's pretty.
Let's try that one on.
Pretty. And then even more over there.
Yep.
There's some African stuff.
Oh, this is cool. This is bracelet.
Mm-hmm.
Got a show.
Whoa, do you like that
You
one?
saw that.
Oh.
Hold it up to your neck. Let's just see. Whoa.
Like a princess. Oh my goodness.
Bye-bye, sweetie.
All right, we're home and I just stuck them in the oven. There they are. I use the Bread Becker recipe, and I have shared it before because they let me, which was very generous of them. Actually, these recipes was for cinnamon bread and pepperoni bread and herb bread and different things are all in there too in the book. I can write my main bread recipe down below. I've used a mixer, I've used no mixer, and I've used a lot of bread machines with it. But this is the book, and it's specifically for home ground flour. But my dad has made the recipe many times with store-bought flour, just white flour. So very versatile. I think you could do this method in between the first rise and the second of any sandwich loaf. And next time I do it, I'm gonna try it with my sourdough loaves. All right, he's getting ready for homecoming. What?
That's just Stephanie.
Kissed you?
Yeah.
Oh, she's so cute. You look so good. Wow. Where are you going tonight? Are you a good dancer?
Yes. So my leg is broken.
Oh, he's in a bad mood because he got hurt and he couldn't play in the game. And that's happened several times this season. Once you get an injury, it's hard to heal. I'm talking about you. He's making sure his car is perfect. Oh, see, I have two of these. I really do love them. That's the gray one. That's the sage or green. I don't know. I got stuff out because I'm going to make meatballs. This is for the carnivore among us, but all my children that just love meat, which is all of them, they love these too. I'm making a ton with all this bacon and all this beef, and they freeze really well. And we'll take them down there and we'll just eat them for a meal one day. And then if I have more, or if I have plenty to bring home, we'll bring them home and stick them back in the freezer. And I freeze them uncooked, and so we put them in the air fryer or put them in the oven. So easy, but I'm making massive amounts. This is about 6 pounds of ground beef. And I just weighed it out to see. We had our butcher package our new beef, our new cow, into 1.5 pound tubes, but it actually is definitely more. It's usually 1 pound 14 ounces, which is very close to 2 pounds. So these plus half of one is like 6 pounds 9 ounces. So I'm just using all of that. And then I don't know if this is 4 pounds or 8 pounds. 4 pounds. So I'll use all that. Wow. And this year's his first year taking a date along. Had to upgrade the bowl. Lots of cheese, like 3 cups plus 6 eggs. Next is pork rinds, and I'm gonna crush them up in this bag. I have a lot more, but I'll go for about 3 cups worth. Actually, I think I'm gonna get my rolling pin. I didn't have to add. That was just over 3 cups, which is perfect, because I'm just over on everything. Okay, I'm gonna put this last ingredient in and add some garlic powder, salt and pepper. Okay, now's the most time-consuming part probably, but it doesn't take too long. I use this scooper. I have a 1 tablespoon, I think it is. I have a 2 tablespoon one too, and I've done that before. They just take a little longer when you're cooking them, so I'm gonna try smaller ones. And I will freeze them on this parchment paper on a tray till this evening, and then I will just bag them up, and then we just cook them for, I don't know, 20 minutes, 15-20 minutes in an air fryer till the internal temperature gets to something, I forget. You definitely don't need a scooper. You can just spoon it out with your hands and make balls. I was actually thinking for my sister-in-law who wants to try to make them at home, and I had to make them when she's not home here, unfortunately, but back in Kenya, she can't get pork rinds. So I was thinking they probably would hold together just fine because of the egg without pork rinds. Luka keeps calling me about what flowers he's picking out for his date. It's so cute. I got 30 on this tray, managed to get 35 on this tray, and then I remember that I forgot salt and pepper and garlic powder. And I am not starting over, so I'm just gonna shake that stuff on top of these guys. I still have more that I'll incorporate into this, but onion and garlic powder. I've made so many, and I still have plenty more to make, and we don't need that many for next week. So I'm pivoting for dinner tonight. We're just cooking some right now. So I'm doing 400 degrees. It takes, I don't know, 10 to 20 minutes depending. These are not frozen, so it would be closer to 10. The important thing is that they get to 145 degrees internal temperature. That's the important thing. Look at all this I have left. The time is going fast, and I have not gotten yet to the chicken curry I'm cooking for dinner tonight. So I'm still gonna cook the chicken curry and serve it for lunch after church tomorrow. So that'll work out just fine. The kids that are left here tonight, they all love meatballs, right, Eli? Yep. Okay, guys, I got another 5 on the one that only had 30. So that's 4 trays of 35, 140, plus 29 extra that we're cooking tonight. There's some of them. It's like 169 meatballs. This makes me so happy. I'm gonna get them frozen. We will not be taking all of these to the cabin that we're going to because we don't need this much. But this is just like an easy thing for my hungry boys to put in the air fryer. Yay! I'm very happy about it. Makes me feel good, yeah. The kids, little ones, jumped up and down when they heard what we were having for dinner. Meatballs! They're good. Here's one up close. Yum! It didn't take long to cook at all. Of course, these ones were frozen. You want this one? Okay, let me try a bite. Oh my goodness. They're so good. I'm taking some down to Solo quick. He's studying at the new house. It's Saturday night, and he is a pastor. Looking for a quiet place to be alone, pray and study. And our little house is not quiet at all, or private. So I'll just go on this 4-wheeler here, if I can remember how to start it. Hi, Cable. All right, guys, I just wanted to give you the update on the deck and what's happened today. They put in the gate, which is so cool. They didn't finish the whole thing. I don't know if that's the latch, I guess. It works. And there's the stairs. which is very fun, very exciting. We still have a big gap here. I told you we have a big surprise coming. Oh, Tori and her friend were hanging out in the basement. I wondered why that gator was here. It was you guys. And there goes Gable after him. He's such a good protector. He was very happy for those meatballs. I tell you, carnivore or not, those are that's a keeper. Especially because you freeze them ahead of time. Think about how many I made. That'll last for a long time, even with our big family. And then you have a quick, fast meal that is amazingly delicious. If you aren't carnivore, you can put breadcrumbs in them, or like I said, nothing. Just, I think they would hold together pretty good. There they come, singing on the gator. These girls are still here. They're pregnant, I'm pretty sure. I keep saying that. Hi guys, hi ladies. And I'm starting to get nervous about what we don't have ready for them to have babies. I know we're gonna figure it out, but we gotta get on that. And I don't know where Jack is. Where's Jack? Did you lose him? Is he just resting around here? Huh? Are you feeling tired and pregnant, huh? I know the feeling, yes. How are you? You wanna eat my shirt? Mm-hmm. So this is how I'm surviving. I wrote out a bunch of lists and we just planned out our meals. I don't actually do a lot of meal planning at home anymore because we're kind of eating the same things all the time and we have good ingredients. So I just kind of go with what I feel like that day, and I always have meat thawed. And it's working great, but for traveling definitely helps to just have an idea in mind. Making things here avoids buying spices and things like that.
Let you win. I want this idea.
You're gonna let her win next time?
Trying to get her to play so bad.
Guys, thank you for following along. I hope this was fun for you in some way. This is just our normal day. I used to do a lot more food stuff and I don't do that much anymore. But it was fun to share a recipe that we love so much with you. Oops, I forgot to show you the bread. It's the next day and it's done! On a Sunday they came. What? Wait till Dad comes. What? It's done!
I'm not even sure if I'll fit on that.
And this is done. Okay.
Give her fresh.